Hey, everybody. Welcome to this special Friday edition of episode 44, which was supposed to be, maybe it was Wednesday, maybe it was last week. You know, we just do the best that we can over here. I am Casey. Welcome. Actually, first off, hold on. Welcome to Prep Talk Live. I'm Casey with Cascadia Dispatch. It's been so long, I forgot how to do this.
Yeah, you're stumbling on the words a little.
No, it's just, you know what? It's Friday. When we do it on Wednesday, there's a little more energy in the tank. When we wait till Friday, then it's like, oh my goodness, it's been a week. But with me, as always, is the Urban Prepper. Tup, what is up? How are things in your world? How are things going?
It's going good. I'm keeping busy end of the week, a little tired, but we made it through. So
we made it through. We had all of 38 seconds, I think, to chat with each other ahead of time. So we know nothing about what we're going to talk about. Other than I had a little topic. I was like, all right, we'll talk about gardening maybe, because that was something that happened last week. But we'll throw it in. We'll see what happens. We'll go from there. So what's new? Everybody's here. Oh my goodness, I'm so surprised. I was a little nervous because it was Friday and we kind of ghosted everyone on Wednesday. So the first question to the chat, to all of our regulars here is, when we have these weeks where we have to change kind of at the last minute, would it be helpful for us to post a like, hey, sorry, plans changed, no stream tonight, check us out on Friday post? Or is it better to just kind of like, you guys are just watching for the notifications of when the next episode is going to be? Tup, do you have thoughts on that? What you would like to do?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think that you do a pretty good job of giving the heads up on stuff, and I think everyone's kind of flexible on on the timing and stuff. But I guess whatever, we'll probably get some feedback in there. But I imagine that most people just when they see us go live, they'll probably hop on. So.
Yeah. Jonathan says he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Pony Girl, very upset. Very upset.
She was.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we left you hanging last week. We're sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. It was one of those things. Chuck apparently said he's going to have his own show. We have a splinter group now, yes. And they are going to have their own show and just, do their own. Now, wait, Chuck, are you meaning you're going to actually start your own show in competition with us? Or is it just that like, we're going to have this special Friday show that nobody knew about? Is that, cause I just want to know, like, are we doing it? Oh, and here's Amy. She's very upset as well that
we're leaving hanging. Yeah,
that we left her hanging. It's just we're a gigantic disappointment. Which, you know what? If you watched our show for any longer time, like, why are you surprised at this point? I mean, come on. Like, we do the best we can.
Yeah.
So anyway. So, Tup, any
we're one of the best shows in our price range.
We are the best show in our price range. We are the number one show for non-preppers. They came up with like a top 10 podcast thing. Did you see Casual Preppers were like posting it everywhere?
Oh, cool.
Ranking number 10 was not us.
Yeah.
We didn't make
we're like 27 right. We're 27 right now. 27, 28.
I take the full responsibility because apparently all of these rankings were based on a certain number of episodes being out, and we have lots of episodes on YouTube, but I have not translated them to the podcast thing. So I need to work on that. And then what we're going to need to do is have a letter writing campaign from all of our friends on here to get us in the top 10 for next year. I think that should be a goal. All right. If Tup can't play, then we'd have fun with you. Pony Girl?
We gotta get Pony Girl a special guest, like
exactly.
Pony Girl will be the Ed McMahon to your Johnny Carson.
Yes, I need to figure out the guest star thing. I need to figure out how to do that. So when Tup is very busy, when he's 7 million fans,
I was at the Seattle Convention Center on Wednesday for some highbrow event, and I wasn't able to make it.
He and Canadian Prepper and City Prepper and their millions of fans were having a separate, like, the cabal of prepping YouTube. It's
kind of an Illuminati type thing.
Yeah, exactly. We understand. It happens sometimes. So any prepping projects that you've worked on the last, let's say, week or two now? Because it's
for Christmas, I got, it wasn't the most romantic gift in the world, but I got my wife the All-American canner. So she finally busted that out, and I think she's pretty impressed with with the quality of it, and like it's like a big up. And so then she brought one of her girlfriends over, and they both were like it was like new jewelry or something, but it was the All American canner, which looks like a spaceship. And if for those that haven't seen it, it's a big step up for the previous one. So we've been doing some experimenting canning over the past couple of weeks, which has been
Now,
fun.
is this going to make ugly chicken easier for you?
It's going to make it a little classier.
Oh, all right. All
With,
right. It's going to be a little nicer, a little fancier.
yeah. So
Okay.
well, it's just it feels good to use equipment that's high end. I think so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you're going to do it, you
That's
might
the
as well
main
do it
thing. I
well.
mean, the other things works just fine, but go big or go home, right? So that was the main thing for prep wise for me. Let's see it.
Bernie's here,
Reloaded.
by the way.
Yeah, I
Bernie.
know. Let's start over. Can we start
Yeah,
the
exactly.
opening graphic? Or so?
Yeah, yeah. We'll start back over
Okay.
again. Yeah. Okay. Great.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I was saying I restocked a couple EDC things and a couple modules that were low. A little first aid kit in my EDC bag that it was running low. It refilled my band-aids in my because I carry band-aids behind my phone in my phone case. So a couple little restocks and stuff, but nothing too major.
Very nice.
What
Very
about
nice.
you?
So yeah, so we so the gardening thing kind of came up. It was a little bit of a weird, it's one of those things when like Instagram gives you an ad and then all of a sudden you think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
So I'll get to that here in a second. I ordered some patches, some like morale patches.
Nice.
But with words, because we have tons of modules, as you do. I watched this guy on YouTube when I was first starting out. He was big into modules, so yes. I have lots of modules. But they're all black Maxpedition pouches of different sizes. And so it's very difficult to like remember which one is for which.
Yeah.
Even when I put the color, I got like colored Velcro things. There's a TikTok and a YouTube short where I talk about it. Those are helpful for like color of prepping. But I actually went on Amazon and ordered custom morale patches that explain what the thing is. So like the men's hygiene kit, the women's hygiene kit, so that like when we're camping, we know which one is for me and my son, which one's for my wife and my daughter. Because they look very similar.
Yeah.
We have, when we go on trips, we usually have like a pouch that has charging packs and the charging hubs in them. And then we have one that's for like our nightstands with special chargers and things for like iPod, like iPad, not iPad, Apple Watch, AirPods, and iPhone. And it's like a little fold out thing. So all of those sorts of things. And then we have like our standard EDC survival kits. And so I got little patches that I can put on them. So now we know if there's 4 black pouches sitting in a pile, we have some idea of like what they are and what should be in them and what to restock.
That sounds good.
So yeah, so it's very exciting. So I got those, or they're supposedly in the mailbox. But I ordered them last week.
Cool.
And then for the gardening thing, so I got to jump topics here. So last week, 2 weeks ago, I started to see the ads on Instagram for this like vertical yellow squash plant that Burpee has seeds for now. And I was like, that's super cool idea because we always have squashes, but they always take up lots of space. And so it could be an interesting experiment. So I ended up getting some seeds for that. And I got, they had the mini cucumber seeds. And we've always had issues with growing cucumbers that are any sort of decent size. So we're going to try those. But I hadn't really thought like in January to think about gardening and seeds, but here were my ads and here were my purchases.
Yeah.
So my question to you is like, okay, do you think about gardening? Like, is it too early to think about gardening in January, or do you kind of think about it when you think about it?
Well, to be completely honest, my wife has kind of taken over the operation because she's not impressed with my skills.
Well, so yeah, exactly. We've established you are a dumpster fire in the garden.
Well,
you are a pile of compost with no redeeming value.
Yeah, well, we do have a pile of compost, but uh, yeah, she's been talking with her sister-in-law because her sister starts everything from seeds and stuff and has this little operation going, and so my wife is planning out her things. I'm just more of a spiritual advisor at this point, and trying to say, hey, how about we don't have like 30 pepper plants this year that we can't eat one of those peppers. Maybe that'll be a good start. But yeah, I think we'll probably start more of the planning probably next month, I imagine.
But she had so many peppers. She used all the peppers. She just
used
made it
them.
into things that were so spicy you couldn't eat them.
Well, it's easier to eat the peppers. Like the raw peppers were just incredibly spicy. You can eat like a just a little small portion of it was way too spicy for me. But she did make a whole bunch of jam, so I have a whole bunch of pepper jam that we'll never be able to get through. So.
Is it pepper jam or is it pepper?
Oh, that's
pepper
a good
jam?
name. Oh, I like that.
I mean,
there's
pepper
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 jam.
pepper
jam. I like that.
It's like don't put
gas
the
mask logo
jam
and stuff
in your pepper panties. That would not be a good plan. I don't recommend it.
Yeah, and I think I told you how like I could smell when she was making this pepper jam because like she probably needed to use one of my Mira Safety gas masks when she's doing it because you could smell it outside and it's like super. My eyes are watering as I'm mowing the lawn, so it was rough. But.
In the whole like Mira Safety, like does it work or not?
Yeah,
that's kind of as close to pepper spray without actually pepper spraying yourself as you could probably get.
Yeah, she should probably make like some organic pepper spray or something.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like there's a video there that you should make. Take the pepper jam and like smear it all over the thing, and then see if you can manage.
Yeah, I think so. Or I wonder if I was curious, like if like bugs, like if it'd be good against bugs and like spiders and ants and stuff, like getting in.
Oh, that's an interesting idea.
Never really just thought about it now. So,
well, I mean, it seems like that is a reasonable experiment.
Yeah.
We tried because we back up to a wetlands, and so we have spiders and yellow jackets and all of the bugs, all of the time. And so we tried for a while using like lavender and mint bushes and like putting them all over our deck so that like when people were sitting out there was a little bit of a thing. And I will say it did not work as well as I had thought it would. I was hopeful. We had many plants. I had, I don't know, 5 or 6 groupings of mint and thyme and lavender and rosemary up on our deck. We still got mosquitoes. We had citronella plants. We still got mosquitoes. So I'm wondering if there's a certain saturation of like bugs and things like that where the natural plants and things can kind of keep it at bay, but at a certain point there's just too many and you become overrun.
Huh. My wife's big into, I don't know if this is other preppers have this, but she collects every single eggshell that we have and she grinds it into this fine powder and she uses that as, I don't know, snail trap. I don't know what she's using it for, but something, and she has it spread out all the place. So she's very protective of eggshells and she wants like donations of eggshells and she grinds them up in the food processor, and that's like a little side business too that she has. It looks like
her side hustle is pepper jam and
pepper jam, and then she looks like Tony Montana with the yayo, but it's really eggshells.
Now, does she put it in the garden or does she just put it around? Because we used to, since we have chickens, and I watched a bunch of homestead videos, and they were all about taking the chicken eggs, take the eggshells, you put them in the oven to dry them out so you kill all the bacteria. You grind them up, and then you put them out in the yard, and the calcium apparently helps with the soil, which
I think
worked
like
really well for like 2 summers, maybe 3 summers, and then that became one of those projects that I was like, I feel like I can buy this at the store and save myself time in this whole thing.
Yeah, I think she does because she has a lot of roses too, and then she makes rose jam. So we again we have a ton of jam here.
Does she just make jam out of everything? Like, should we be concerned if we're ever in the area that like we might at some point be jarred?
She be jamming. Yeah, she makes rose petal jam of different kind of roses, and then spicy pepper jam, and that's kind of her thing right now. So,
she be jamming needs to be a shirt.
She be jamming, yeah.
What we need is okay. So what we need is, and I don't know what graphic designer I've got to tap to make this happen. But we need the Tup logo.
Yeah.
We need to get rid of the Kangol hat.
Yep.
And we need
overrated
long brunette or blonde hair, whatever. I don't know that I've ever seen your wife before, so I don't even know what color.
She's very she doesn't appear on camera. She has red hair.
Yep.
But she's kind of like, do you remember Wilson from Home Improvement? Did you ever watch this? Where you could kind of see him over the fence every once in a while, or just like the eyebrows, maybe. That's what she prefers.
Yeah. So what we need is it's Tup's face with long hair and then a jar of jam in front of where like the goatee and everything would be.
Yeah,
so all you see is from here up with long hair and jam.
Or maybe like the Jamalorian type thing. It could be a play off of.
I like that idea, but I feel like the Candelorian stands on.
We don't want to. Yeah,
I feel like it's its own thing.
It is.
And I feel like Mrs. Tup deserves her own thing.
We're still having some organization disputes as far as how much shelf space is. Well, you have this. Do you need this module? I'm like, yes, I need my first aid module. Do you need that lids module of canned lids? So we're this weekend, if I have time, I'll try to clear off a couple shelves that we could include some of her candy supplies.
I think you should do some videos on like civil unrest. But like how you're coping with the civil unrest in your house.
Yeah.
Like negotiating and all of this. And how do you get to an equitable solution when there is an insurgent force trying to steal your shelves?
Yeah, that might be, maybe that'll be good. I don't have to chew on it for a little bit.
That's how we know that there'll be that video. And then the next video will be, so I've been asked to move out. And here I am trying to live on the streets of Seattle. Yes. On the streets of Washington, Tup lives alone now. That was fantastic. All right, let's look at the chat real fast because they've all been talking.
How's my connection been for this so far? We're about 17 minutes in.
You're fantastic.
All right, great. I had to make some electrical adjustments on some things.
The satellites that you called in order to make this work, I think was a great call.
All right, good. All right. I
think your relationship with Canadian Prepper and City Prepper to get on their private network, I think was a genius idea.
It's like a little VPN that they have.
Yeah. I mean, the Doom Zoom hasn't happened yet, but since nobody's using the infrastructure, you might.
I don't know. I think there's contract disputes and stuff with the legal teams of. I see there. It looks like it's quite an active comment section with all sorts of Asian tiger mosquitoes. Let's see.
Tup, you can totally live in my new office.
Yep, that would be funny.
We'll open up one of the trap doors, and you can live in one of the little Heidi containers.
Yeah, that'd be pretty hilarious.
I actually got an inflatable couch so that like we can like have like family movie night and stuff, and the kids can like hang out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it continues to evolve.
Yeah, we're organizing a slumber party for my daughter and with one of her good friends, and we're going to be setting up the tents, and I get to test out some of my gear again. So, any opportunity that you can get to test out some modules and gear is a good time. So we're going to be setting up the tents indoors though. So.
I feel like though, if you're doing them indoors, I mean, it's bougie preps.
It's bougie camping.
It's very bougie preps.
You're not even
very Cascadia Dispatch prepping.
Yes. We're on carpet.
Yeah, exactly. But you should set up a camera and just film the setup thing, and then you could do like a tent video.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
And it wouldn't be like outside and raining and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Hold on. Everybody's talking. This is fantastic. There's a whole shelf discussion. Colleen, in my house, all the shelves are mine. Hubby has the shed. I mean, that could be an option.
Wow.
That could be an option. You could have the garage.
Shed.
Yeah. You could make one. I know a guy. I mean, we build something like this. You could have the garage, and we'll build Mrs. Tup like her own canning
She should get
backyard
like
office.
maybe she'll get like an Atlas survival shelter, and it's just for canning downstairs, and then the pipe that comes up for the air will just be those fumes of the peppers.
Yeah, exactly. That's the deterrent. If things go badly, you just hit the button and it just aerates pepper jelly all over everything. I think that would be fantastic.
Yeah, we're talking about it, like, because I'm in like the one of the bed. It's an office area, but if we needed to, I could of having like a tiny home like in the backyard that is like the top office type thing. So, and it'd be portable too.
Yeah, I think that could be really cool. I still think there are part of me, even now that this is all built and I love this whole setup and everything. If we had a different setup, I think getting a really nice RV type of a setup could accomplish a similar thing, and then also give you the opportunity to use it for other things. The office right now, like, I can use it as an office, I can stream, I can do stuff. We have emergency supplies in it. It can be like a fun family hangout spot and all that sort of stuff. But as far as like a bug out scenario, like, you can't take it and leave. Whereas having something like a nicer RV or something like that, you could have the solar, you could have some of that other stuff that is turning out to be a little more challenging with this whole setup.
A wandering beast who used to be Beast 12101 back in 15 years ago, but he has like a cool RV, kind of a prepper RV type setup, which is really cool. A real nice family too, that they go and do some adventures. It's called the Adventure Van, I think, or the Adventure Bus. Is cool. But yeah, RV would be that seems like a good prepper vehicle. And maybe you and I, maybe this podcast could go RV mode, and we'll broadcast from different undisclosed areas.
I love that idea. I think
we should, one of these times we should do one in person while we're both in the same room.
So I think that is true. I have some thoughts on that, actually. And I think we have some discussion. Because we're going to be doing some traveling this summer, I know, up into your neck of the woods. So I'm thinking
so it's a possibility then.
I think maybe there's a Tup and Cascadia Dispatch family dinner, maybe, where we could do that sort of stuff. I think we could totally do the podcast in person that weekend, maybe. I think there's all kinds of things we could do.
Let's do it. Yeah, well, I'll have your people talk to my people, and we'll get that going. So,
all right. I'll talk to the legal team.
I'll talk to the legal team.
Exactly. I mean, you have layers. It's layers on all of this.
Yeah, we'll need to have security and all those, kind of measures and stuff.
Like, yeah, exactly. Of course.
You know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm finding out. I'm trying to
think out the next time I get to go down in the Portland. You and Bernie's territory down there. I don't have anything planned though for a while.
Yeah, well, let us know so that we can make sure that the paperwork is in order, and you can,
because I don't want to get. I know that you run the whole sector, so it's
like we don't want you caught on a technicality.
Yes.
At the over the bridge. That would just be bad. But I think that would be. Bernie is feeling very left out.
We're talking Bernie too. Bernie needs.
Yeah, exactly. Bernie, you could be included.
Yeah, Bernie. I miss our Bernie backstage. Actually, we haven't seen Bernie, and although we've talked so many times, but haven't seen him in person. And so, actually, you and I haven't seen each other in person for probably half a decade or so.
Yeah, exactly. It's been forever.
It doesn't. But we talk frequently. So
yeah, we have one picture. Have one picture, and that one picture is what we use for everything.
And we both had long hair. And
exactly.
Real buff during that.
We were
time.
very fit. Yeah, exactly.
By the way, my intermittent fasting, I got to kick it back up again. I blew it. So,
do you're taking an intermittent break from your intermittent fasting?
Well, I was doing really good. I was doing like 12 to 8, and then ever since freaking Christmas and all that stuff, like the holiday stuff, it just blew. It just messed up my schedule, and then I keep breaking down when there's like a nice treat, like at midnight, like a peanut M&Ms or something. It's like, oh crap. So I'm gonna kick it back up on Monday again.
Look, if peanut M&Ms is your thing, I don't want to cause you problems or anything.
Yeah.
Have you seen this?
What? Can you do a little close up of that?
So this is available at Costco, our favorite store. We're still not sponsored yet. But
we're still waiting for the sponsorship.
Yeah. Any minute. It's the hoodies. It's like a trail mix, but it's all chocolate and peanut butter. So there's no redeeming nutritional value in this at all. because it's
sounds
like
delicious.
Reese's Pieces and chocolate and peanut butter pretzels and chocolate chips and peanut. Like there's no fruit, there's no nothing. But yeah. So you should try it out if you like the peanut M&Ms.
Can I tell you a story that has nothing to do with prepping? I
Dude,
just
do
thought
any of our stories have anything to do with prepping? Sure.
we bring it
Audience,
back.
yeah, exactly. I'm glad you're all sitting down to watch our show because you're probably shocked by this. All right,
so I used
to
I used to work at a place. I used to work at Intel because I do computer stuff during the day, and I was as a young whippersnapper, and the elder statesman there. I'll leave his name out. We'll call him Tim.
Okay.
Anyway, he was big into. He was like a total computer nerd and wore a fanny pack. He had a fanny pack and it was filled with peanut M&Ms. And he just ate peanut M&Ms all day long. So, but he also, so he just kind of smelled like peanut M&Ms for the most part throughout the day. And he's kind of a kooky guy. But the gross thing is that he also
Tell me again how it is that in the middle of the night when you have a snack, you think about Tim.
Well, no, so he also had a flatulence problem, like uncontrollable. He had some kind of problem with it, and so he would just let him rip in off it as we're talking, like face to face, while he's eating peanut M&Ms, and it got me so gross, and it was really bad. It was horrible, and I couldn't eat peanut M&Ms for like 5 years because I had this trauma from Tim with the fanny pack and the peanut M&Ms and the farting, and it was so disgusting. But now I've gotten over that. It took a while though. It took like half a decade. So, but anyway, whenever I see peanut M&Ms, I think about that now.
I'm glad you've been able to push past the trauma.
Yeah. I guess it had something to do with prepping because he had a fanny pack. So that's how we brought it back.
And peanut products are always good for protein. And M&Ms were developed by the military, I believe.
Yeah,
and I think if that story is true.
And they're good in MREs, I think, and I do have some trail mix in the vehicles too. So that's see how it's all kind of rolls together.
It all rolls together. Also, don't eat them if you're allergic to peanuts.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that's not a good thing. Yeah, Bernie makes an excellent point. Tup is gigantic.
Yeah,
he is almost as tall as he has followers. I mean, that's it was shocking. I was expecting, I'm about 6 feet. I was expecting similarly, and I was like, this just huge human being comes wandering in.
I'm the shack
with the
of
Tup
prepping.
entry. Yeah, exactly. It was the Tup entry music from the YouTube. It was like.
That's funny. If someone's talking about Han Solo, I have my Han Solo vest on for the Patagonia Han Solo vest. So.
Yeah, well, I mean. Yeah, of course.
It's cold. I don't know. I've been cold lately, so because I could just go normal business attire, but the Han Solo vest just brings it all in.
The vest makes it more preppery.
Yeah,
it makes it more like you might be going on a hike. You might be, you might have something in the pockets. You don't know what's happening. So I like that. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
that's excellent. Let's see. Yes, Bernie is very excited that we have 100% hit our poop joke.
Yeah, we got it. We got it in.
So we got that in there. That's fantastic. Yeah, Amy, was the fanny pack full of peanut M&Ms?
It was.
Apparently, yes, which is remarkable. Now, were they peanut M&Ms in packages? So he had like 2 or 3 packages.
It was like a Ziploc bag inside the fanny pack. And that he would fill every day, so it was always filled with peanut M&Ms. And you
had the man not heard of a candy jar? Well, like that's
he just wanted quick access. It was like his EDC was peanut M&Ms.
For those times you just can't wait for the peanut M&Ms.
It's actually kind of a sad ending, not to be a downer, but he ended up passing away from like the
allergicness to peanuts.
Well, the farting issue was like a underlying issue for something else, and so like he
passed gas to death. That's your story you're going for. Okay,
it's a true story. Yeah, and so like I had it was really because I was a young whippersnapper, and one of my I'm like, hey, where's Tim? And well, he's not coming back. I'm like, oh, is he not feeling well? Oh no, he's not coming back ever. And so.
Not coming back ever.
Yeah, it's something horrible happened. I feel real bad. I guess he had like 48 hours to live type thing. So I gave him a call at that time, and I don't know, what do you say to someone like that? And he was big into Actually, I think he'd be
He was
proud of.
probably not able to talk. He was chewing on all the peanut M&Ms that he had in
Yeah,
his fanny pack. He was
yeah, he was
probably
really
distracted.
like, it was. We had a real good conversation. He was actually kind of, now that I'd never thought about it before, but he was maybe some introductory into preparedness kind of mindset because he was big into a tsunami kit. And and I've seen some of the stuff now where this is back like in the late 90s where he wanted to have like a sphere, like an inflatable sphere that could be put in homes that people could sit in their chair and it'd have oxygen. And he would go to these conventions and pitch this thing. And I've seen this thing now years later I've seen websites and stuff where they have a tsunami survival kit thing. Tim was the one that first told me about that in like the late 90s. And he just said he hopes that someone will take his design and use that to save people. And, that was like one of the last. That's like, well, it was the last conversation that we had, and I, said, thanks for all this help, and it was
all
nice,
the M&Ms.
all the working with you. And then like the next day, like then that was the last hurrah. So, but
Wow.
so sorry to doom zoom in on
Yeah, exactly. Leave
but
it
that
to
was a lot.
tough. We were on an up thing, and then you just
Yeah,
had to be like, oh, and then by the way, he
yeah,
died. What the heck? Come on, man.
Sorry about that. And
All right,
and
we're gonna
it's all
bring it
because we're
around.
talking about peanut M&Ms. Sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna bring it up. So yes, peanut M&Ms were M&Ms were patented by the military in 1941,
Wow.
according to Dr. Dave. I had heard that, but it's one of those things you hear it enough, and you're like, okay, that's an interesting story. It seems very true, but nowadays you're like, but was it true or what? So okay, I'm glad to know that was because they didn't melt in the
Yeah.
MREs and things.
Yeah. No,
So
I never knew that actually, and because they do have Skittles in there too, and those don't melt that well. So
yeah, so Sufu is looking for a gear review. He's like, I came to the prepping podcast. I was told there would be gear reviews.
yeah,
We have none. So
I'm almost ready for my knife review from Ben Banter's. I've been testing it out for a couple months now, and
did you find it?
I found it. Remember how I told you I lost it? I finally got it. I think I blamed it on my son at the time. It was really my fault because it was in some pants that I forgot that it was in. So
we're gonna pretend like we are surprised that it was not your fault and that you just blamed your child.
Yeah, can we erase this footage because I didn't admit to that.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So what do we think? High level, I know you're doing a whole review. Can you give us like a hey, I really like it. Hey, I don't.
It's the smallest folding knife that I've had. I like the scales. I usually prefer like blue or something like very friendly looking folding knives, just because it's like an office setting. It's less, I don't know, it's less intimidating. Really nice design. It's probably legal in most like cities because of the blade length, which is really nice. It kind of has the blade shape is that's like my preferred style of knife. It's just a little on the small side, but I've gotten kind of used to it, and I like that it's again, I'm always trying to avoid the dreaded prepper bulge, and so having less indents in the pants is always a good thing. So yeah, I'm gonna do a review of it, but yeah, it's been my EDC since I found it after my son lost it.
Yeah. Now, does Ben? Is it available on?
It should be available
Ben's
now,
site, or
probably.
is it? We'll
it's
give
a
Ben
Wii. It's made by Wii. Let's see, or
it's made by Wii. I thought it was made by his knife company.
Oh wait, sorry, it is made. It's the NAFs. Yeah, it's not.
And if you're watching this, if you would like a knife review from
I'll
someone who actually
fine tune the review.
knows like who you are and what your thing is, feel free to let me know. I would be more than happy to review your thing. Tup apparently so many things,
Well, I don't look at the packaging after. It's like
or the people or anything like that. It's totally.
It's like underwear. You throw away the packaging. What's the lid?
Oh, it's just this new knife that Ben's been working on.
Yeah. Yeah, but Ben, it's on the way. So working on B-roll footage. So.
All right, so so check out Ben's thing. We like Ben. Ben, friend of the show. So my thing I'm going to talk about is I guess this Nebo micro flash. Very cool. So Nebo I added it to my. This is my office keychain. So we had the vote, and the Batman Lego won the keychain wars. So nice. So he's there. We still have the hot dog man, and we still have Spider Pig. We didn't throw them away or anything, but they're just doing keys for other things. But because I sometimes come out at night or whatever, we're adding some lights to the yard, but it can be a little dark and slippery on the steps. So I added this little flashlight thing. It's the Nebo Micro. I was using the Streamlight, the little tiny Streamlights, and I can't remember their name. If you go to the channel or you go to my site or whatever, I've got those other things. But this is very cool because it's a little bit thicker. You can put like 2 of the little Streamlights next to each other. But it's got a bunch of different, it actually will dim. I don't know if this will work, if you'll be able to see it, but so you can actually do like varying degrees of light and dark. And then it's got a green light and a red light on it. And
so
then
if you're doing some burglaries, you to come in handy.
Exactly. If you just don't want it to be super bright, but it's also got this red N button, which is, let me see if it'll work.
It's an alarm.
No, it's super bright. It's turbo.
Oh,
so yeah,
a dedicated turbo button.
It's like a dedicated turbo button. So you can use like the regular one, or you can use the turbo.
That's cool.
It's crazy, but yeah. So I really like them. They're a little.
What kind of batteries is it?
Good question. I don't know. Is it USB? Hold on. Oh yeah, it's rechargeable. It's USB. That's how.
Is it USB micro or C?
USB micro. It's micro.
Man,
it's not USB C. I know.
Yeah,
I know. We're moving on.
I gotta carry the micro cable.
Exactly. But let's be honest. Like you're probably already got a micro cable. Like anyway, somewhere. Like everything, unless you got it in the last like 6 months, everything worked on USB micro. Like there's very few things other than like that are recent that are on USB C. So you're gonna have a lightning cable, you're gonna have a micro, and you're gonna have a USB C.
Yeah.
At least I think you will. You might not. You're tough, and you might just have all kinds of magical.
I'm trying to switch all of them to USB C, but yeah. So I have a few things that still are on micro. So
yeah. But yeah, I got one for myself for my keychain, and I got one for my wife. She does not like the thickness of this keychain, of the flashlight. It's too big for her keys and her purse. So she is with the little Streamlight, which is still plenty bright, but it just doesn't have all the cool features. And so then I took it and I put it on my keychain for walking down to my office.
Yes, I've been using the Olight Arcfeld is what it's called, I think, and it's like a. Oh, can you see it? Okay, it's again, it's kind of like a rectangular. It's not. I know I'm used to cylinder type flashlights, but this one's been kind of cool. I still don't know if I like the whole idea of having a laser pointer, but I've never rocked a laser pointer for an EDC flashlight. So yeah, it's more of a floody type light, but it's been pretty cool so far. I've been happy with it. But yeah, you have your laser pointer here, so just in case you want to do a PowerPoint presentation really quick, you never know.
Now, Pony Girl did say that we could use the red and the green for communication, which is a fantastic idea. I like that idea very much.
I always thought it's for like like spies and like burglars to help protect their night vision, and they use the red one as they're breaking into places.
Yeah. So yes, and that's how I use it. The problem with this is you can't just go to red or green. Like you have to cycle through, which is probably
what you're doing burglary stuff.
Look,
that's how I use it.
Your Jeep?
Oh, it all makes sense now.
There you go.
It all makes sense.
Exactly. We needed content for our show. So I was like, you know what I'll do? I'll take his Jeep.
I wonder if you were the one that took the knife originally. Yeah,
exactly.
You might have taken the knife and hit it using the red light.
Actually, what I did is I sent your son some Legos to bribe him to take the knife and hide it from you and then put it in your pants. I gave him very specific instructions.
It's funny because my son has talked to a lot of like the YouTube prepper people and stuff, and the one that he's most impressed with is you because of your Lego prowess.
Because I am a small child is basically what it is. I am.
You're kind of a big deal to the Lego community. So.
The Lego preppers.
Yeah, that's what he all he got for Christmas, or all he wanted was various Lego type things, and he. And shelves, so he wants a shelf like you, and he wants to display his Lego stuff. So.
Yeah,
you're kind of a big deal.
I'm very proud of him. Yeah. He's doing an excellent job.
He's kind of a Padawan learner for you.
Yeah.
Are you planning on solar lights for the office?
That is a fantastic question, Amy. Thank you so much. I'm glad you asked. I'd love to tell you. I love Elise Myers so much. I love her so much.
That's funny.
So I had planned originally to do solar panels on the roof and actually have enough solar power to power the whole thing. The problem that I ran into was part of the calculation of that was the tax credits and everything else to make it affordable to do it. And if you do it on that, you can only do it on one project. So at some point, we would like to do it to our house, and we are going to need a much larger array and investment and everything for that. So to do it on the roof here was going to eat that up, and it didn't really work. So instead, what we did, there's also a lot of additional electrical in here because we also have the gas generator that's the whole house backup for just our house in general in case there's a blackout or something. So dealing with all of the relays and the shutoffs to make the solar work with the generator and the shutoffs and everything else, it became a bit problematic. We did run conduit and stuff so that if we decide to do it in the future, we can do it. But what I'm thinking about doing is adding some hooks to the front of the office so that I could hang some flexible solar panels, like some 200 or 300 watt solar panels, and then hook into some sort of a battery backup of some sort. That's, I think, the new plan. I would love to do solar. We just got the gutter installed to do some rain catchment, which I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with the rain that I catch when I catch it, but I feel like it's a thing we should totally do. So I've got the gutter in, and I know which barrels we're going to get. So we are making some progress, but solar lights have not happened. Although we could do solar like path lights or something like that. That's a possibility.
Yeah. I like the little. I don't have a big solar at the house, but as far as like the path lights, I think those are good for blackouts too, because then you could use those during that scenario as kind of candles. So
yeah, I saw this guy. He made a video about it one time.
Oh, yeah.
He was like at Costco, and he was like, "Hey, you should do this." And so then I went to Costco, and then I made a video and found him, and was like, "Hey, so I saw this guy make a video about these, and you should do it too." More people watch your video than mine. I'm just
okay. I haven't looked at the stats. So.
That's okay. They're always bigger for yours. They're always by several magnitude levels. They are always bigger.
Yeah.
Yes, we need all kinds of preppers, even the Lego preppers, 100%.
Yeah.
Lego preppers unite. That is our thing. Let's see.
I'm starting to hear rumbling outside.
Oh, is there rumbling?
So if I get swatted, you'll know what happened. So.
That's okay. We figured that it was a matter of time.
I hear. I don't know if you could hear it on the mic. But I'm like,
oh. Mini solar lights from Amazon. So yeah, I think there will be some of that. I'll try to figure out where to kind of incorporate that in the actual office itself. Like I've got LEDs and a whole lighting situation is the only way you can describe it, because I went super overkill on lights and outlets and everything else. But yeah, something solar. There needs to be something solar in this project, or I will feel like it's lacking.
I forgot to tell you that this is a couple weeks ago. We've been having problems on our street with people stealing cars and crashing into power lines, and so it happened again a couple weeks ago.
Do they have Legos in their pockets? Because that might just be for content.
Yeah, he was like wearing like a green hoodie, and it said like something preppers.
Yeah,
on
exactly.
The front. Anyway, so someone stole a vehicle, crashed it into the power line. It knocked out all the power around the neighborhood. But I had some a lot of the light bulbs that I have outside are like the rechargeable light bulbs that they turn on, like even on a power outage type thing. So all the neighbors were like, "Hey, Cliff, how's all your lights working?" like yeah, it's some prepper stuff.
Yeah, you should subscribe to my YouTube channel along with the 7 million other people who think that I'm pretty awesome. Like that would be. I may or may not be good at this thing. You should probably show up.
Yeah, but anytime we've had someone crash into a power line, it's a good opportunity to test out some prep. So.
Yeah. Which battery backup system are you currently running?
For just like
or
General
like,
like
hey,
small type stuff.
yeah, there's a blackout because I know you don't have like a whole house system,
No,
but like
we have yeah,
more than a phone charger,
yeah.
less than a whole
We
house
do
system.
I have the Energy Kodiak for a couple of the fish tanks. I also use
Mhm.
the Jackery. But usually nowadays, like it's not for it's mainly for our fish tanks because my wife's really worried that the fish are going to die during a blackout. It's usually just to get us by until I could get the generator going and stuff. And so then we have the generator running all the fish tanks. So we don't really use it for
Okay.
anything else. So.
Yeah, because I had seen like it seems like every year the all of those things they step up a
Yeah,
level. So
they're
it's like what
amazing.
was 400 watts last year, this year is 500 watts or
Yeah.
600 watts. So I was just curious because we have some goal zeros that are I think 300 or 400 watts or whatever,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking about okay, it's maybe time to step those up
Step it
and
up. Yeah, I have one
move
for
them.
the CPAPs and stuff because we've been using
Yeah.
CPAPs because they're really sexy. But
Oh, they're amazing. They're
and
amazing.
then I have one for kids entertainment because like during a blackout they want to be entertained. So I have one where they could run a small little TV and they could play Nintendo and they could power that and play that for a while. So
That's fantastic.
yeah, so we got a little set up for that.
So yes, Optimus Prime on your shelf, 100%. Yes. I don't have. You tell the kids. I also have Voltron, but he's on the other side of the thing, so you can't really see that. But yeah, Optimus Prime.
I used to have an Optimus Prime in the box that it was my most precious, valuable possession. And Kid Prepper, when he was a baby, somehow got a hold of it, opened it up, and was playing with Optimus Prime.
Kid Prepper can't go to college now because his college fund is now,
So it was and then now that Optimus Prime is just part of the other toys. But
yeah,
it's kind of a touchy subject. So
yeah, understandable. There was we had when I got the Death Star originally. My son dropped the black C-3PO down the floor grate, and it's one of the pieces that you can only get in that set, and you have to. So it was a whole. We learned very much. He learned a very valuable lesson about we don't play with the Lego figures outside or anything like that. Yeah, Voltron Force is fantastic. I have Voltron like as a Funko up there, but
nice.
The Legos are over there. Let's see. There was never have enough outlets. 100%. You can never have enough outlets.
Yeah.
I actually in my office I put like we originally I think scoped for like 6 outlets, and I think I ended up with like 17 or something like that. Because why not? Yeah, you can't have too many outlets. Bernie mentioned something. He has text messaging again.
Whoa, he finally got it.
Come back to 1995 and he has text messaging again.
Bernie was like grandfathered into some cell plan from like 2003 or something where
they didn't have text messaging.
Well, it was like really cheap, and I was like, Bernie, man, when are you gonna get text messaging again? Oh, sorry, you're gonna have to email it. So it looks like he has it again.
Yeah, was it like Morse code? Like what phone did you have to take advantage of that plan that didn't have
some kind of flip phone? I remember back in the day before text message, we all had pagers, and then so we would page like we would do the number pad thing, and then we'd have to decipher what that message was.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like a little cryptography type of stuff. It was pretty cool.
That was how we all started. It was with the pager codes, and then now we have YouTube channels and that sort of thing.
Then it used to be back. Didn't it like they were charging per text message or all this kind of stuff, like 10 cents a text, or then they finally got rid of that. That's crazy times.
Well, it was also like
that's the plan that Bernie's on, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And it was 30 cents a minute or something like that. It was crazy. Well, Bernie, welcome to I don't know an unlimited plan or something like.
Welcome to 2023. You're
exactly.
Here. You're here now, Bernie. We got
up. Okay, we got okay. Yeah, if you put as many outlets, you don't even need paint or wallpaper. 100% true. We did go through that exercise of how exactly are we going to paint with all of these things. Bernie has a clarification. I had an unlimited international data plan, which is great because Bernie, I don't know, but I think you live in Oregon, so it's not its own country yet. I mean, some people have tried, but not yet. That they wanted me off of, so they upped my text message rate to get me off of it.
Wow.
Bernie, here's an idea. I'm just going to throw it out there.
What's up with this
Go
international
on
plan?
to some sort of an unlimited data plan, and then you can just use Wi-Fi and send messages, and you don't even need international data. Do you travel internationally a lot, Bernie?
He's kind of like the Pablo Escobar of the preparedness community.
Yeah. Is it possible that you just got like that phone and that plan and get a different phone for like domestic calling? I'm very confused, but it wouldn't be it wouldn't be a show if Bernie didn't jump in and could
cell phones. The big old school ones is what.
He's got one of those military field ones.
Yes.
It's a backpack,
or it's like a car phone.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on, I have to go get my Cadillac with the cell phone in it. I'll be right back, and then he could make things. Okay, so he was traveling internationally. And so he used Google Maps. Okay, that seems like a reasonable excuse. We'll let that go. We'll let that.
I'm glad that he got text though, so that's good.
Yeah. All right. So I feel like you're about to get pulled any minute. We've been going for about an hour. I feel like we've hit the end of topics.
Yeah.
And so I think we wrap it up for tonight.
It's always fun doing a Friday show every once in a while. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Kind of wraps up the week. A little bit.
I think
we should send everyone off for the weekend.
Yeah. Like I think maybe 2023 we'll do some Friday shows.
Yeah.
We'll do some guest stars.
Yeah, a little Sunday morning brunch show or
more
themed shows. Yeah.
Bernie, you said I needed to text Tup to get your information. Your Instagram. Just DM me on Instagram. You like we can do that. That's a thing. That will just shortcut the whole thing. Or Discord. We're on Tup's Discord. Send me a message there. Tup does not need to be the intermediary of contact information. Although if that's the case, then I'll just text him and he'll probably tell me anyway. No more dumping on the sweet. We're not dumping on this sweet man.
He's a sweet man.
We enjoy him very much. We can't tell him that because he doesn't have text messaging, but like we enjoy him very, very much. Oh, I'm sorry, Bernie. I thought it was a text message.
Oops. You ghosted him.
Bernie, I'll message you. I'll message you tonight. We'll get that taken care of. All right. Well, thanks everybody. We appreciate it. We will see you next week, probably Wednesday, hopefully.
I think I'll get Wednesday.
And then stay tuned for some
there's
more.
There's no Illuminati meetings on Wednesday, I don't think. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He'll be here. We'll make it happen. Okay. So anyway, on your way out, don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button. Most of you already subscribed, but the like button is super helpful. And it does kind of help spread the word. So we will see you all next week. Thanks again and talk to you later. Bye-bye.